Airlines recently reported being hit with a, quote, cybersecurity event that affected some of its systems. A statement posted on Hawaiian Airlines and Alaska Airlines, which acquired the company last year, reading in part, "We have taken steps to safeguard our operations." Specific details were not shared on which systems were hacked and if passenger data was compromised, but this is far from the first attack we've seen affecting airlines. So I'd like to welcome in cybersecurity expert Eric Cole. Eric, thank you so much for giving us some of your time here. First of all, are you surprised that hackers are targeting airlines?
Unfortunately, no. That's one of the areas we call soft targets. When you look at our country, transportation, communication, utilities, those are all soft targets where they're heavily reliant on computers and older computers that have vulnerabilities that haven't necessarily been secured, so they're an easy prey for attackers to go after.
So what is the worst that this could mean for customers?
I mean, there's multiple worst case scenarios. First is they could go in and take customer information for identity theft, financially driven. I mean, this group of attackers, scattered spiders, normally are financially driven. So that's what we're sort of thinking, that they're probably trying to steal financial information. But on the other hand, this could also be a precursor for a ransomware attack where they're basically going to go in, disable the systems, and unless the airlines pay money, they're not going to be able to operate their flights. And if you think about this, if an airline grounds all their flights for even an hour, that could cost them millions of dollars. So the question then is, would they pay a ransom instead of getting their systems taken down for multiple days?
All right, so some major potential implications. Eric, what needs to be done to try to stop these specific types of attacks?
The first thing we need to do is go in and do what we call air gaps, where we need to disconnect these critical systems from the internet. Yes, customer-based systems, and when purchasing tickets, those can be connected, but anything involving air safety, air traffic control, and the airplanes, that all needs to be isolated and air gapped. And then the second thing we need to do is start patching, keeping our systems up to date. For individuals, what they need to start doing is making sure that they're changing their passwords and limiting and controlling where they give their credit card data, and check their credit card statements very closely, because these types of attacks are not going to steal $5 million. They're going to steal $10 or $20. So look for any anomalies on your credit card statements that could be indicative of an attack.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's going to be stealing, small amounts, so maybe you won't notice it. Eric, you mentioned they're disconnecting from the internet, that the systems need to do that. How likely is that to happen? And does that then put limits on the airlines?
Yeah, so it's always the balance between functionality and security, where it's much easier and simpler if systems are all interconnected and can communicate, but it puts at risk. So since we're under attack, I mean, cyber war is the new game, and this is just the beginning. If you look at all the tension that's going on in the world, cyber attacks are going to be the new weapons that are going to be used. And while it's going to cause some inconvenience, in the name of security and be able to protect the airplanes and air traffic safety, I think we need to start taking some drastic measures of disconnecting, isolating, and protecting our systems.
All right, cybersecurity expert, also former CIA, Eric Cole, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Still to come, we are on verdict watch in New York City as